Being a college athlete has definitely been a big privilege and a great part of my life.
Being part of the men's tennis team is probably my favorite part about Lehigh. It's 11 of us and we all get along really well. We have fun, we enjoy hanging out. Practice I love it, just get away from school for a while.
We basically lose like 4 hours of the day by the time you leave for practice, going to practice, by the time you're actually there, 2.5 hours of practice itself. Sometimes we have lifting.
Whenever I don't have practice, I find like I have like a 3-hour gap where like I don't do anything. Without tennis, I'd be like wasting a lot of time. I know that whenever I'm not at the tennis center here, I have to do homework, and that just kind of like makes everything fall nicely.
Being a college athlete really enhances your time management skills and gives you a lot of structure, waking up, going straight to class, going straight to practice. It really does teach you how to really manage your time and to balance all the different things, the social life, the athletics aspect, the academics aspect, and then of course having teammates and people who are kind of your built-in family from the minute you step on campus as a college student is really something very special. This semester we have a new coach, Wouter Hendricks. He emphasizes fitness so much, and I think we've all seen that translate into success on the court. He's tough but fair, and he's fun and can joke around when he has to, but also when it comes down to time for business, he can do that as well. So we've really enjoyed the transition of having Coach Hendricks as our coach now.
I took over in mid-season, so the tennis season, there's the first part is the fall, which is the out of championship season, and the second part is the spring, which is the main season. I took over right in the middle of those two seasons. As far as scheduling, it was definitely a little challenging. However, the whole experience overall, I would have expected it to be a lot more stressful, but it's actually been really easy. Both teams have been really good about the whole transition. They're doing all the right things, so I'm very lucky to be in this position. You always want to peak at the right time. In the fall, we usually do our strength and conditioning. We do that a lot, and then in the spring, we tone that down just a little bit and focus more on tennis. I think we've done a good job in building our schedule around when to peak at the right time. I think the guys and the girls will be ready for Navy this weekend because they're both playing Navy, which will be a tough match.
The most important part of their season is Patriot League play. That's starting Saturday against Navy. Everything we've done to this point, all those matches kind of don't matter. Our seeding in the Patriot League tournament is going to be based on how we do against the teams from Patriot League. They were in preseason ranking, they were #1 seed. That's going to be the toughest match. When we play Patriot League teams, we really kind of got to come out with energy, make sure everyone's pumped up. 2 years ago when we won, just the energy that we brought to every match was great, and that can be improved this year. This year we went to Kissimmee, Florida. We traveled with the women's team. It was great bonding. I mean, we hang out with the girls team a lot. We see them every day. We're all buddies. We're all friends.
The men's and women's team's relationship is at a really good point right now. Probably the best point it's been in a while.
2 years ago, the guys team and the girls team, when I was a freshman, we didn't even look at each other. That spring break really brought us together, and then ever since then, the guys team and girls team has kind of worked together in almost like one program.
Everything being under one coach is a lot of work because you are dealing with two different teams. You just make it work, you make them come together, you do become one program. Wouter's done a great job. He's extremely organized. He's very excited about both programs and what they can do.
My goal has always been to put this squad in a position where they can compete for a championship. When you compare our recruiting roster to the academies, you'll see that our players may not always be ranked as high as the recruits that the academies bring in. We want to be competitive, and we want to be the fittest team in the Patriot League, and we always put ourselves in the top 4 and give us a shot at the title. And I don't see that this year being any different from last year. There's a couple things that have to go your way when it's the tournament. It's only one weekend. Everything has to work out in your favor. So there's a lot of variables that come into that. I think we should shoot for a top 4 seed for sure on both sides, both women and the men, and it's definitely realistic this year. On the women's side, I would say this is definitely one of the most talented squads we've ever had in the history of this program. We have a very strong freshman playing at the #1 position. Her name's Christina Oyeon. She's going to be a very special player for the next 4 years. So I'm definitely thrilled about that.
The season's been going well. We've had a tough schedule for sure. We're looking forward to getting into our Patriot League schedule, which starts this Sunday against Navy. Even with a tough schedule, we're still above 500. We're 6-5. Every team that we've lost to has been a very good team who there's been no shame in losing to. We've beaten all the teams that we were supposed to beat, and all the teams that kind of could have gone either way. Not sure who was going to win, we've won, which are the matches that you really want to look at to determine how well a team is doing. So we've definitely stepped up in the big spots. I'm definitely excited for Patriot League play. We've done really fantastic in our singles play. We've had 3 freshmen step right into the singles lineup. Right now what the team's focusing on is getting a little bit better with our doubles play, because doubles happens first in the match. So if you can win the doubles point, you have a lead going to singles play. We've kind of been building ourselves or getting ourselves into a hole by we keep on losing the doubles point. Most of the time we've been able to pull ourselves out with really good singles play, and by winning our singles matches, it would make our lives quite a bit easier if we could start out with the doubles point. So that's what we're kind of working towards for the Patriot League season, and we have a good chance to go further than we have in a very long time, so we're excited about that.
On the men's side, we have 2 very strong seniors in Mitchell Peterson and Ben Gilman. I'm very excited to see them play in their last Patriot League season. I think they're gonna hit their stride at the right time. I also am thrilled about our freshman on the men's side, Jack Peterson. He's been doing real well at the 3 spot. I like the pedigree of both teams. I think their minds are in the right place. They have the right goals in mind.
My favorite part of being involved here is that I've been able to see the programs grow so much. When I came in as a freshman, the program was nowhere close to where it is now, and it's amazing to see that transformation happen. The men won a Patriot League title 2 years ago, which was the first one ever, which was amazing to be a part of. We're very supportive of each other, and we always try to be there for one another.